Hello and welcome. This video has comments from people that will make you think, smile, and learn a little more. A boyfriend wants a prenuptial agreement. She agreed, but now resents him. Here is some of the advice. I'm not sure if a prenup is a deal breaker, but the amount of resentment you are feeling is. You felt you had to agree to something you don't want. How often has this happened? What else will he pressure you into? You're not excited about the marriage. I think the prenup issue is probably just a symptom of everything wrong in your relationship. I wouldn't marry him if I felt like this. At least take a good long look at the whole picture. I come from an abysmal background, and my soon-to-be husband was the best man I had ever dated. He knew I was uneasy about pooling our money just in case something went wrong. At our wedding, he gave me a substantial check for me to keep in my own account so that I would never feel trapped by not having any money available to me until a divorce settlement. 40 years later, we are still together, and that wedding gift was invested well, so we have more money in retirement than we ever thought possible. Tell your fiance, I wish you hadn't asked for a prenup when you asked for my hand. I feel like I've paid my own way throughout our relationship, so I'm surprised you think a prenup is necessary. Why is that? Communication is so important in a marriage. Don't marry this man if you don't feel free to tell him how you really feel. It's okay if it takes you some time to figure out how to say it. As a lawyer myself, I can tell you that if you do decide to give in to your fiance's demand, you are entitled to ample time to consider the terms and make counterproposals, and to the advice of counsel before you sign anything. If your fiance tries to railroad you into signing something drafted by him or his lawyer very soon after he presents it to you, that is a really bad sign for your impending marriage, and it is an even worse sign if he refuses you the opportunity to get legal counsel. Your choice isn't really a prenup or no prenup. Instead, your choice is between a prenup you write with your partner or a prenup that is written by a state legislature. If your marriage ends with no prenup, you are stuck with the default rules written by the state legislature in the state where the divorce papers are filed. A prenup allows you to opt out of the default rules in advance by writing your own rules with your partner. Neither option is romantic. Hopefully, you will never need to use either one. At the same time, it's better to make your own rules than to accept the default and hope for the best. My years of practicing law have taught me that if a man who is not quite wealthy, nor has a major business, asks for a prenup, the woman should run in the other direction. A man who is already counting his pennies as being only his own is not a man you want to have children with. The divorce negotiations, if you have children with such a man, will be a nightmare. Just get an attorney to investigate and represent your side before you say yes to anything. A trip to a couples counselor might be in order too. We didn't do a prenup, which we felt at the time wasn't really necessary in our case, but when my ex announced he was done, he refused counseling and tried to rush me into a quick and cheap online divorce, claiming we didn't need to involve attorneys. I quickly retreated into the protection of my family, which includes 3 attorneys, 2 financial analysts, and 1 pit bull of a father who grew up on the south side of Chicago long before the Obamas moved in and made it more respectable. Within weeks of my silence, family members reviewing finances and his phone records, which he stupidly overlooked when trying to lock down access to everything else, and my father doing the barking, my ex called me angrily exclaiming, "Your family is outmaneuvering and outgunning me, which is forcing me to hire an attorney." That's right, sweetheart. See you in court. My then fiance requested a prenup a month prior to our 1991 wedding. I understood his concern because his sister and parents had gone through divorces. We developed an excellent agreement vetted by attorneys in which we vested in 50% of each other's assets over a 30-year period. Like a stock agreement for an employee, the longer we were married, the more we vested. That made sense to us. We are celebrating our 32nd wedding anniversary this week, and all is well. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. Also, leave your comments below. Thank you for watching.